れが全ての邪悪竜の頂点に立つ俺様の真の姿。
Alright guys, so we have another little LR here in the data download. LR, GT, Goku, and Frieza. And I don't know what they're thinking or doing. I mean, okay, so everyone is going to have their own problems with the game, right? Like, oh, I'm mad that Beast Gohan wasn't Beast Gohan. I'm mad that they made this character bad. I'm mad that they don't do enough content. I'm mad that they made the Fusion Zamasu fight too hard, right? Like, everyone's gonna have their own things that they personally are upset by. One thing that is, like, really driving me nuts is, like, they're serious about GT bosses. Like, it's not, like, it's actually not a joke. Like, they're like, yeah, dude, like, GT bosses is a real team. Hey, Amatsu. No, it's not. This is not a team that you can run, by the way. So, I mean, do I know what the hell they're thinking? No. The answer is no. Since it's a completely brand new character, I mean, they did tweet out their details a little bit after the data download. But let's just kind of go over what these losers, I mean, what these fantastic LRs are doing. The Fortnite characters. Let's go ahead and take a look. So, 12 key, they're getting 30% attack and defense, high chance to stun. I mean, sure, stun and Battlefield or Super Battle Road is good. 18 key, 50% attack and defense, and then they give extreme class allies 30% attack for 2 turns. So that is a multiple turn support buff. That is good. We'll take that. Now again, remember, this is a Battlefield LR. So I would like to judge them not necessarily by, you know, like, all right, let's Dragon Fist standards. Let's go for, you know, GT Frieza and Cell. But while I do say that I'd like to, you know, kind of like concede a little bit to him as a free-to-play character. I mean, they're GT bosses, man. Like, okay. So they have their intro, which they could activate if there is another enemy on the team on Sworn Enemy, Revenge, or GT bosses. And then their intro gives them 5 key, 40% attack and defense, and a 30% chance to dodge for the first 6 turns. So that is going to be the core of their defensive ability right there for the most part. So a 30% chance to dodge is pretty much what we're rocking with them. I'm not, like, super ejaculating on that. 30% chance to dodge? Like, come on, man. Like, that's... then they get 3 key, 140% stat to the start of turn. They get 70% attack and defense when attacking, multiplicative buff. That's good. They give 2 key, 30% defense to Sworn Enemy, Revenge, and GT boss category allies. Where's the attack? Why are they not giving attack right there? They have a high chance to crit if there is a Goku enemy. And then they get a 20% chance to dodge, and they become super effective against all types if the enemy is stunned or sealed. And then they also get 20% chance to dodge, and they perform an additional super if the enemy's in attack down or defensive down. I mean, that's all well and good, but, like, what is this? This is a character who wants to be running Super Battle Road. So, like, let's look at these teams here. So we have Sworn Enemies, Transformation Boost, Join Forces, Target Goku, Other Warriors, Revenge, GT Boss. Like where? Like, I don't see it. Like, I don't get it. 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 I don't get, like, what the hell? This unit seems to be a mess to me. I think that this sucks. This is just a worthless kit on a character that's not really going to have a lot of places to use it on. Like, I don't... You know, like, bro, like, we need to, like, create a villain team to use. And we don't have that. We don't have, like, it's like Zamasu's team is it. But it's like this character... Right? Like, they're built around Sworn Enemy, Revenge, and GT bosses characters. Dog, they can't do this anymore. It needs to just be extreme class units. Like, they gotta make all the villains work with all the villains. Like, okay, if this unit was supporting just extreme class allies, it would be a different story, right? Like, if their abilities were procced just by extreme class allies, it'd be a bit of a different story. But, like, they just are, like, they're just wasting their time. I mean, this unit seems to have fairly decent animations. I mean, I don't give 2 shits about this character that we can't use. Like, I would much rather we take the time from these animations and put that towards maybe Dragon Fist. Make the Dragon Fist look a little bit better. I'm not as down on the Dragon Fist animation as other people are. I think like pretty much everything looks good besides when the dragon first comes out. That's what looks bad, right? But like, why not? Like, I mean, again, I don't care about this character, man. Like, make them good. I'm being driven insane, and then it's like GT bosses. Okay, dude. Yeah, we're running GT. So here we go, guys. GT bosses showcase, man. Let's just get a couple of turns and I'm getting the hell out of here. I do not think that this is a meaningful release whatsoever. I'm sorry. Brutal Beatdown, Shocking Speed, GT, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, Otherworld Warriors, Legendary Power. I mean, for the most part, I guess their link set is fine. I mean, certainly Big Bad Bosses would have been nice to have in here somewhere. But, I mean, their link set does seem good. But I'm not high on what we're seeing, man. I don't think that this is really that good. They would have needed a complete revamp to be like good. And it's like, I'm not like, you know, like LR Trunks and Broly, it's like they could do some stuff and it's like, yeah, you know, they're not the worst ever. Like they're fine. But I mean, that's LR Trunks and Broly, like they're a Saiyan. Like, we're running them on, like, Super Saiyans and Power Wishes and stuff like that. That's not the same team. Like, I'm able to very comfortably run Broly and Trunks. We're on Power Wishes, right? We got Bulma and God Goku, and we're cooking all over the place. That's not what's going to be happening with these two. Like, see, dude, their animations look good. That looks good. That look good. That looks good. The animations. Like, what the hell? Come on. They did this, too, with the GT Android 18. The free-to-play GT Android 18 has ridiculously good animations. Maybe I'm crazy, but, like, who cares about the free-to-play characters having good animations? Like, dude, just give that to the actual, the units that matter. The summonable characters that matter, let's maximize their animation. Like, they cut corners at times with the major characters to make free-to-play characters' animations look good. Does that make any sense at all? This Android 18 right there, like, I mean, you know, we could look at Legends as an example. What does Legends do? Let's look at it. Well, they will reuse animations for characters for like a lot of the, you know, the free characters. Do I think there's a problem with that? No. You wanna know why? Because then they're putting the time towards making animations on the new subbable characters, man. Like, hello. All right. Let's continue moving forward here. Again, I mean, we pretty much want to run them on GT Bosses, Revenge, or Sworn Enemies. Basically, one of these teams is where they want to be used. And again, I mean, these are not teams, right? Like, they're not teams. So it's like, I mean, I guess on Revenge, I mean, Revenge is not like a full villain team, right? Like, Tech Ultimate Gohan, Mayan Trunks, just off the top of my head, are characters that are on the Revenge team. But I don't know. Like, they can't be serious, man. Oh, they give us one villain Dokkan Fest in 6 months. Because Omega was, you know, a major villain release, but he wasn't a Dokkan Fest. You know, we went, Turles. Turles did technically release in May, right? Let me just double check that. I believe Turles was the final day of May. Turles-chan, where are you? Turles released on May 31st, yeah. Then we had Fusion Zamasu, who was what, on like August 30th? And then that's it. Until December 27th. Or no, 26th when we get Hirudegarn. Like, that's not, that just doesn't cut it. Like, it doesn't work. Whatever. Let's keep going. We'll just get a couple of more rotations of them, and then we can be out. So remember, based upon if the enemy is debuffed and stuff like that, right? Like, if the enemy is debuffed, if the enemy's stunned, if they have attack down, if they have defensive down, you know, they can get extra abilities, right? They could be super effective against all types. Their dodge chance could be better, right? Like, they could do various things like that, right? Like, they could get up to 70% dodge. 70% dodge is good on a free-to-play support, but I don't know why, just because they're a free-to-play support, it's 2 key and 30% attack. Like, why not 2 key 50% attack and defense for a villain character that's buffing other, like, shitty villains? Like, you know. I mean, it's not the biggest deal ever, but Frieza's, when Frieza uses the Kienzan disc, it typically is purple, isn't it? I guess I'd have to rewatch the GT Cell and Frieza fight. By the way, these animations look really spectacular, by the way. I don't think it's the entire time GT Cell and Frieza are fighting, but one of the GT Cell and Frieza episodes during the Super 17 arc is the worst looking Dragon Ball episode maybe in history, actually. Like, if you've seen, like, really bad shots of, like, you know, like Cell and Frieza and GT, like, that's the episode I'm talking about. Like, it looks horrendous. So, I mean, we're looking at these animations, and again, they seem pretty good. The intro looked nice. The 18-key super attack looks nice. Looks very smooth, right? But yeah, very, very bizarre. They do also have an active skill, by the way, but I mean, it's, again, I don't know. They're trolling us. Like, they're actually just like, Amazu's just like pissing in my face. Like, let's get to this active skill. We can do it on turn 6, right? Turn 6, or wait for it, turn 4, if there's a Goku enemy. Now, why is that annoying? Like, why would I be annoyed by that? Oh, no, we're on turn 5, so we're a turn early. But, I mean, we can talk about it right now. The active skill. So we can do this on turn 4 against a Goku enemy, or turn 6, right? It's just going to greatly raise attack temporarily. It's going to be an active skill from a free-to-play LR. I don't think it's really going to be too crazy. But it does have a very good effect that seals super attack for 1 turn. So it's like, okay, like, an active skill, like, you know, before the turn happens, seal, that could be good, like, really good. But you can only use it on turn 4 or turn 6. So there's, like, no place where it does anything. It's just gonna be an attack that does, like, 1,000,000 damage, which is nothing, and that's it. So yeah, GG. Yeah. Oops. Accidentally, it sucks. Yeah. So. Yeah, sorry guys to be Mr. Debbie Downer, but like, this is not, like, dude, I could live, there's like, these villains, man, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna turn into a tyrant with these villains. Like, bro, like, it's like, if they're not, like, #1 unit overall in the game, I'm just like, yeah, like, you suck ass, dude. Like, just get out of my fucking face. Like, we're never using you on any of these shitty villain teams that just aren't good enough to be used anywhere. Like, sorry. Like, just get out of here. Like, you're no good. Like, you're a loser. Frieza, Cell, Cooler, Bojack, Turles, all losers. You know, Zamasu, Piccolo Jr., all losers. Like, hello, what are we supposed to do with these shitty-ass villain teams, man? This shit is crazy. Like, let's make some good teams. Some good villain Dokkan Fest would be, like, very sick. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and come back next turn, and we can pop their active skill, the Hellbuster. Again, I'm not really anticipating that the damage is going to be very good, but at least I think the animation should look pretty good, right? Alright, so we have a funny little rotation. We could get some rare active skills in here. And I guess we'll just go ahead and play the turn out, right? Because, I mean, after all, the Zamasu is stunned, which means Cell and Frieza are going to get their 20% chance to dodge, and they would be super effective against all types as well. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and pop a bunch of these and see some animations and stuff.
我々ジョーク竜をまとめて相手にしようとは命知らずもいいところだ。もうお遊びは終わりだ。一気にこの星ごと吹き飛ばしてやる。この星もろとも消えてなくなれ。
Exactly. Animations do look quite good for the GT Cell and Frieza. Funny enough, huh? Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Dokkan. So we have the Battlefield LR. Not the craziest. I mean, there's, again, significant changes I would make to this unit to make them actually decent. But it's like these villain teams, I mean, you're just going to hop into these tough fights and you're just going to get slapped, right? Like, people will think about, oh, Fusion Zamasu is so toxic, we'll do the same whole thing. But like, bro, like you go into like a Red Zone Goku Black and but like these bosses are just gonna blow these characters away. Like a lot of these villain units are just gonna get completely shit on instantly. Right? Like it's not a Fusion Zamasu is so toxic thing. It's that we're getting underpowered villain characters repeatedly when it's like these villains just cannot afford to be underpowered. All right, this Goku Black does 700k. Okay, yeah, that shows you how shit they are. Okay. That's, again, that's 700k damage Goku Black does. And that's a villain taking a super from a villain. So, in summary, they're terrible, like most villain characters. It's very sad, but Dokkan, they're very hesitant to make villain characters that are actually good.